White Soul, and this is my review of SmackDown on the 21st of March. In the UK, anyway. Show starts off with Ziggler. Yay! Love the show stealer, so starting off with a nice match from him is always what we want. And his opponent is the very plain Sandow. Damien had one of the best characters in the last couple of years. He's the only heel I can think of that is hated in the right way. The crowd dislike him because of his character, not like Alberto Del Rio, because he's just boring. Such a shame. I don't understand where they thought the money would be, and, you know, that different look you've got. If we cut that hair, take away your individual clothes, music, and put you in some black trunks, that's where the money's gonna lie. This makes me sad. But go out there, he's still good in the ring. And gets off a nice spinning kick towards Ziggler while Ziggler's trying to climb up on the top turnbuckle. Old Ziggy Boy falls off that top rope, hits those steps like a champ. Nice crowd reaction, good pop. All in all, good solid match. Ending's a little bit weird. I was shocked that Ziggler won with the Fameasser instead of the zigzag, especially because Billy Gunn started wrestling again. But yeah, it's strange pinning someone with your sort of setup move rather than your finisher, but every now and then it's good. Makes things a little bit different. And I like the fact that commentators really emphasize the fact that Ziggler is on a roll. All we can do is cross our hearts and hope this time he can make it, and then see if he doesn't piss off someone in the back and get some heat on himself again. Only time will tell. So, after this, we have Kane coming down to the ring. And he's basically talking because Triple H isn't there. Shows the ending segment of Raw, and then he sort of cuts a little bit of a promo, which sounds exactly like the last couple Triple H has cut, and then actually brings out a letter from Triple H, and this is all basically saying, it's all your fault. You made Daniel Bryan think he's actually able to accomplish something. You lied to him. We're going to destroy you and your yes movement and take this all away from you. Yeah, sort of basic promo, but emphasizes the fact that Daniel Bryan is for the people and Triple H is a big heel. Then we get a little bit of an awkward moment as Kane's leaving. Fandangos. Music hits. And it kind of, for an instant in my head, I was like, is he really going to interrupt Kane? But no, he's just coming out ready for his match. As they walk down the ramp, there's an awkward little exchange. Miss TV. Really? Oh, for God's sake. I have no idea why this guy even exists still. He's just a reject from a reality TV show. He had a good gimmick, but he's just sort of lost it all. Oh, but it was so funny. Just going... Miz himself told the crowd, it's been a long time, and their response... yeah, it was that. Nothing. Silence. Nobody gives a shit. And then the Miz getting the crowd on his side. So, this is my show, and this is Miz. And again, 5 people say TV. Well, what? The last time we saw him, he was doing these random little appearances, whining, and then whining on the announce desk, then walking away back. But yeah, this is not something I need. And the Big Show comes out. That's his guest on Miz TV. They have a little back and forth. Big Show's a really big guy. He's going to be in a battle royale. Of course, he's... Don't get it. It's fine building up, but it's just like the Miz TV is just unnecessary. Big Show they're going to do this thing where he's like, oh, he's the main event. But, you know, how many Royal Rumbles has he been in and not won? Anyway, I thought, which I thought might have been an okay angle, The Miz was going to be smart here. Because The Miz pulls out Titus O'Neil. I thought then if he brought out like Alberto, Christian, get a lot of heels in the ring, and then beat up the Big Show. But no, because then the second person coming out is Kofi Kingston. Unless he was going to do a heel turn, which I didn't think he was. And just brings out a random hodgepodge of people. Last one being Sheamus, who's like, oh, oi Moirish, well, let's have a fight. And then The Miz is like, oh, you Big Show have beaten all of these people. Let's get you. Big Show grabs his throat and that just starts a big old brawl happening. So then, of course, everyone's just eliminating each other. And then it's Miz smartly rolls out the ring after he breaks free of Big Show's grasp. And then the last two people in the ring are Big Show and Sheamus. Sheamus always getting a good grip on Big Show. Miz gets in, tries lifting Big Show over. Nah. Big Show knocks out Sheamus out the ring. And then throws the Miz out. Fine, it did what it did. It's advertised in the Battle Royale. I think Miz is now heel again. After, I don't know how many times he's between heel and face. But yeah, this is not my favourite promo of all time. All the other things they've done for it have been much better. Showing that the Big Show is this big unstoppable monster. He always is, but how many times can he lose and still be unstoppable? This then goes into Alberto versus Big E. Good solid match, 1-on-1. Again, I'm really worried for Big E. He loses cleanly to Alberto. Even though there is a fantastic big ending to backstabber counter, that should have been the finish there. Nice and quick, but that was a really good move. But yeah, Big E is pinned cleanly, the Intercontinental Champion. The title just below the World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So it should be a big deal, but no, the Intercontinental title doesn't mean anything. So hopefully they do some storyline after WrestleMania about the title, because it really needs to get some meaning again. After this, we get a little bit of comedy with Santino and Emma. They sort of talk about them meeting up in the back. And Santino's having a black eye sort of coloured over, and he's talking about how beautiful Emma is, and by God, I agree. I love Emma. She is beautiful, and by God, she is a damn good wrestler if WWE will give her the chance to actually show it. But yeah, it's a goofy little segment. What do you want? And then, of course, Emma appears behind Santino, scares him out of his chair. He stands up, Emma leans over, bashes her in the eye, and then he runs off. They're doing like this whole starstruck love thing, but without an antagonist, I don't see where it's really going to go. Sorry, Emma. So, Fandango has come down, and he is going to face one of Los Matadors. I can't remember which one. They're both the same. I think it was Primo. Bit surprised in this match, seeing the main sort of solo tag team splitting in half to have a singles match, but fair dues. They haven't been around for a little while. Okay match. Summer Rae tries getting involved, gets Fandango the upper hand by the distraction. As she gets off the apron, yeah, she's in a red dress, and Los Matadors bring a ferocious bull to the ring. So little old El Torito there chases Summer Rae around the ring. The not Primo guy grabs El Torito, holding him back. Fandango consoles Summer Rae and gets rolled up for the pin. Really shocked. And I think this was a stupid idea. Don't get me wrong. A little spot in the match, a nice little gimmicked fun match, fine. But what purpose does it serve with Fandango losing? A singles victory isn't much good for a tag team, especially when you can't tell the two apart. I think they might be in the Battle Royale, but I don't know. And all you're doing is hurting a character that you have and is slowly being destroyed as he is. Pointless match, doesn't help anything along. Mistake. But then after this we get a lovely Wyatt promo, as we've come to know and love. And I like the fact that Luke's slowly getting more and more to say, and in this he puts across himself and the fact that he is a disciple of Bray Wyatt. Really good. I feel a little bit sorry for old Eric though, because Bray finished it off with "run." And that leaves old Sheepy Boy just lost his only line he ever does in the promo. Oh well, don't really care for him. Then we get a lovely match, 4-way for the tag team #1 contendership. You have the Shield, which is Seth and Ambrose. You have the Real Americans, you have Ryback, and you have 3MB, which is Jinder and Drew McIntyre, who is so underrated. Really good wrestler. Please do something with him soon. Funny thing is, technically all 4 teams are heels. Well, apart from the Shield that on the last show just turned face, so they're quite new to being face. Well, they've been doing face since they started facing. Too many faces in one sentence. Since they had their battles with the Wyatts, but yeah, this match they're full on babyface, no heel-like tendencies, and they're getting the beat down and they're coming back strong. All in all, okay match. 3MB try getting the upper hand with Heath Slater on the outside interfering, but Roman Reigns, boom, spear dealt with on the outside. Then Kane comes out and starts battling Roman Reigns, which then causes a DQ, or at least that's what I thought initially, but then you look in the ring and all the other tag teams have just jumped in. So I have to assume that's what finished the match, because Kane attacking Reigns, 2 people not in the match shouldn't have done anything. But Kane and Reigns battling up the ramp, and that leaves Ambrose and Seth at the mercy of 3 other teams, so no matter how good you are, those odds aren't good. As Reigns seems to be starting to get the upper hand on Kane, the New Age Outlaws come out and help Kane beat down Reigns. Meanwhile in the ring, Seth and Ambrose just getting destroyed, getting finishers put on them. Kane and the New Age Outlaws meet up with the others in the ring and put a bit more punishment to them. Reigns fights to his feet, scrambles down towards his teammates to help him out, but the numbers advantage is just too much, and the Outlaws put Reigns down, throw him in the ring, and chokeslam. The Shield have been left laying, just like they have done to so many superstars in the past couple of years. I love this segment. Please, please don't let this be like a tease for the Shield's breakup. I really like this. I didn't think the Shield would work as a babyface team, but they really do. And as long as the Shield has legs, let's keep them together. There's no need to break them apart until the gimmick starts slowing down. But at the moment, the Shield as a unit is so hot. I look forward to seeing a babyface run from them. We have a Divas tag team match. The Bellas, of course, versus Natalya and Summer. It's just because they're total divas. And, of course, Summer and Natalya aren't really a cohesive unit. Match goes how you expect. AJ and Tamina are on commentary, and they sort of mention the fact that they had their little shoving match on Raw. But yeah, it's not very interesting commentating from AJ. I hope she's just not being punished because she's going out with CM Punk. It's the kind of petty thing that can be done sometimes. Okay match. Between Summer and Natalia's miscommunications, Bella's win. It's okay, nothing to write home about. But yeah, the women's title is just meaningless. Oh, it's just a shame. AJ is so good. She just needs someone to sort of go against. And I think if they stopped focusing on the Total Divas thing, they could get a good feud. But while that's doing ratings, that's not going to happen. So the women's division is dead until something changes. After that, we get the preview. We get the segment between Paul Heyman and The Undertaker on Main Event. Shocked. Undertaker on Main Event. I don't even know when Main Event is on in my country. I've not watched it since Antonio Cesaro had an amazing match with the Great Khali. The best match Great Khali has ever had. But that was a couple of years ago. Since then, I have not watched it. So I think it must be due to the network and Main Event being on the network that they're trying to boost it by having Undertaker. And I could probably put money on that being their highest rated one. But yeah, push the story ahead, and then they tell us that Brock and Undertaker are going to have a face-to-face on Raw. Can't wait to see what happens there. And then we go backstage where Kane is with all those tag teams that were involved in the match. And then Ryback'll go up to him and they're like, well done, earn a title match. But then he also gives the Real Americans a title match. So I'm hoping Ryback'll is going to be like before WrestleMania, and then the Real Americans will be at WrestleMania. 3MB are asking for a title shot, or just asking for an award, and they get given entry into the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. They seem really pleased, which is a bit odd, but at least they're going to be on WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre on WrestleMania, yes. New Age Outlaws meet up with Kane. They're like buddies. So I can see this is going to be our six-man tag. Kane and the New Age Outlaws versus the Shield. Good. I want the Shield to get a nice good victory over at WrestleMania. Really cement their face run. And keep up the good momentum. So many things on this show today that are frustrating me. Alexander Rufus, Ralph Wiggum has doing the exact same promo he's done since the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble was in January. We're now near the end of March, and it's just the same thing. This worked last year with Fandango because he was coming out and teasing the crowd he was going to be in a match. And that was the kind of cowardly, schemy heel he was. This guy's going to be a big, powerful monster. Why is he not running through like Los Matadors and that? Getting some good wins, good, strong, sort of looking showings. Yes, I thought that's how you build a character. So he's just... No, every week we'll just make him stand on a podium, speak foreign, boo, instant heel, he's not American. Yeah, I hope he does a hell of a lot better than these little segments are going to make him look. Then we get our main event of the night, which is Cena versus Luke from the Wyatts. They keep showing this nice little video package. Seems a little bit early to release it, so I hope they do have a different one at WrestleMania, but we'll have to see when that comes to it. But yeah, I think this is a really good showing for Luke. He's he's showing off some new moves. Actually showing he's quite agile for a big guy. Doing like a flying neck breaker. Even does a hurricanrana. I know Cena's is a bit dodge. His was even more dodge, but still did it. One sec. Yeah, which is quite impressive for a man of his size and weight. But yeah, a good solid match, and Cena gets the quick pin before the Wyatts can actually intervene in the match itself. So it's just a solid, clean match. And then the Wyatts get in the ring to attack him, but Cena drops out. He's like, ah, smart enough to run away from you. And then, goddamn, Bray Wyatt's face is just amazing. When he was just like, ah. Amazing visuals. Love this feud. Can't wait to see the match at WrestleMania. And as for seeing things, I will see you next time. TTFN.